I just wanted to give you a heads up about a written interview I just did with Seth Skorkowsky, a fellow RPG guy here on YouTube who has been at it for a lot longer than I have and has a pretty big following. The interview can be found on my newsletter, which is published and posted publicly, so you can go read it right now. Seth was a really good sport and answered every question I could throw at him, including why he'll never review a game or supplement without playing it first, and about how challenging but fun it is to dress up as one of a million different characters he plays on his channel. I learned a lot about Seth in just 20 questions, including the fact that he's just a guy with a lot of integrity. He won't just not review a game he hasn't played, he won't take any sponsorships for anything he hasn't played or liked. There are a ton of interesting things that we discussed, and I won't go through them all here, but one thing that stuck out for me was when I asked him why the RPG hobby needs, or at least has, so many GM and player advice videos. My theory is that it's because RPGs are hard to play. There are very heavy interpersonal and social elements, and the rules for these games are just way more complex than most board games or video games, but Seth had a different way of looking at it. He thinks that the proliferation of advice videos is a product of the hobby just growing, and as any hobby grows, it sees more members of its community delving deeper and trying to help others enjoy that hobby more deeply as well. There are some other moments in the interview that were pretty inspiring as well. I'll leave a link below to where you can read the whole thing. It's also worth mentioning that Seth won an ENnie award for his YouTube channel in 2019, and then again this year, but in the podcast category, even though his channel is not a podcast. We talked about that as well. Links down below.